Dude, I've been to a few minor league games lately. So right now the Hillsboro Hops, low A, I believe maybe high A actually, for the Arizona Diamondbacks. They were playing against the Vancouver Canadians, who are the team for the Toronto Blue Jays. But right now, the sports in Canada, like how the Blue Jays are playing in Buffalo for so long, there's like nothing. So right now, the Vancouver Canadians are using the Hillsboro Hops Stadium as their home team. And so they just happen to be playing against the Hops. But it was very funny to be like, it almost seemed like it was like an April Fool's joke where we're at the game and like the Hops are the away team. Everything in the stadium that's like permanent says Hops, but everything else is Canadians. Like there's Canadians gear. Everybody's wearing Canadian shirts. The announcer's like, and your Vancouver Canadians. Like it was very funny. But dude, I went to I had gone to a game 2 weeks ago. I'm a fucking foul ball machine, dude. You get me I'm like that one loser that goes around to all the things.
Yeah. Is there any other country where sports teams just call themselves like Canadians? Like there's the Montreal Canadian. I think the Montreal is the Canadiens, which is just a French Canadian, I guess.
It's a female Canadian.
Yeah, like I can't imagine being like the fucking Wyoming Americans. That's like such a weird. I don't know why that's a popular name. I got to look that up. Why are these teams called the Canadians? It seems like an American named them. Like it was just like some rude name.
The game was very fun though, because to even get tickets to that game, you have to go to the Canadians website. So there was nobody at the stadium. There's probably 200 people in the entire stadium, and that's just because they were playing the Hops. Where it would be cool. I want to go to a game where they're not playing anybody from there. But so we were sitting down first base line, front row, like a few like in between right field and first base, mainly because it was we wanted to talk shit and be able to talk amongst ourselves. But the next section over, there was this mom with these two little girls, and so but like every time like I was drinking and having fun. It was me and my friend Sam and Kelly and her friend Chelsea, and we were over there. So like. We were like jokingly rooting for the Canadians, and like everything was in earshot. So we'd be like, "Go back to Hillsboro, you bums!" Like, just shit like that. It was like, "It's just business, you know. These guys don't got a home right now." And so that mom and her two, like both of the girls were like under 10. But then you know me, dude. I know how to find some good grace for myself. So the ball would come down right field line. Right field line, and the guy has it over there, and there's nobody to throw it to. So I stand up. They're just gunning them to me all game, dude. So I'm tossing them over to the kids.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
giving them to the ladies. Oh man. Even the other day, whenever I went to the game when it was packed, there was people all around us, and I was like to Kelly, I was like, the third baseman was I think he's Dominican or something, but I was like, I bet I can get a ball over all these people. Whenever he's coming in, or no, it's the left fielder. Sorry, I was like, whenever the left fielder's coming in with the ball, I was like, I bet I can get a ball over all these people. And she was like, what? She's like, whatever. And he was coming in, and I was like,
I'm dying of cancer.
No, his name was like Luis something. And I was like, Luis, una pelota para mi cita. And he's like, yeah. And he threw it to me, which means, can I get one ball for my date? And he was like, oh hell yeah. I was like, I told you. It's funny because.
Legendary. That's amazing. I love that so much.
I said that, and I think he for a second looked around to like who, and then he saw me, and I was like, and he was like, oh hell yeah, dude, I got this guy right here. He's like
you're like the fucking Louis C.K. of Mexico. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, literally, yeah.
Like you're another white Mexican, the Canelo.
That's and that could have been like for my girlfriend or for my wife, but I was like, what'll get him on my side even quicker is if I'm like, it's my date, because then he's like, oh, I need to help this guy get laid. And he handed it right over, dude. He was stoked.
That's so great, dude.
I told you about that, I think, on the last game, maybe on the last podcast, where that blind guy almost got crushed. I think I texted it to you because we've talked before at many baseball games about the deadliest launch angle.
Yeah. Oh, I always forget to respond, but I laughed my ass off because there are some. We were at Dodger Stadium, and we were like, I think that was when we saw Bryce Harper. So the Phillies were in town, and we were watching batting practice. And we were trying to figure out what's the deadliest fucking launch angle. Where's the worst place to be? Where's the death wish? And it seemed like it was like third.
It was somewhere around like 105, I think.
Yeah, it was like third baseline, kind of halfway out the outfield, where like the ball is on a rope. Just a straight.
That's where we were sitting whenever both these games. So I had gone to the bathroom, and I went to the bathroom and maybe grabbed myself a little hot dog, you know me. And I hear, and it's some steel bleachers down there. So I hear the sound of ball hitting steel bleacher, and then I see a bunch of people who work there running over. And so in my head, I'm like, oh, God damn it. I was like, I leave for 1 second, and Kelly just got fucking crushed by the ball. And then I walked over there, and I saw it was one section over, and I was like, all right, fine. It didn't hit the guy. But then Kelly, because we were sitting in that section earlier next to this blind, it's like near the blind guy. And then Kelly just texts me. She goes, holy shit, that blind guy just almost got crushed by the ball.
It's wild that you can still get hit with a foul ball in this society. Because like we like really, I mean, playgrounds are so fucking safe now. Everything's soft and plastic.
Dude, there's actually, I actually meant to fucking buff up on this. I'm going to write this down for next week. A big article just came out about, because you know they've extended netting in all the stadiums pretty much all the way, like way down, like pretty much halfway down to left field. And so now there's this big thing coming out where like I think they're about to change the rule that if you do get crushed by a foul ball, you might be able to sue the team.
That's not changing a rule. That's probably changing a law, right?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. That's why I'm bummed. I fucking wrote that down to buff up on it, and I didn't.
You know what sucks is the only reason I bet people are getting drilled more and more in the cell phone era because nobody's looking.
Oh yeah, well that's what we were both those games. I told Kelly, and then I told Kelly at Chelsea, her friend. I was like, listen, I was like, for real, we need to like
head on a
like
swivel.
I was like, especially if me or Sam aren't here, like we really need to whatever. And so we were sitting there,
keep our eyes up.
Yeah, this dude hit a fucking bomb, dude. Like there's this big net in right field that's beyond the fence. Like he almost cleared the net, and it had been a tie game, and then he hit that fucking bomb. And me and Sam are like, man, if that net wasn't there, that might have been across the street. And literally the girls are talking about scrapbooking and how they want to get into scrapbooking. And then like 5 minutes later, Kelly was like, oh, what? They hit a home run? What happened? The score is different. And I was like, yeah, I was like, you know, fucking
you're
bomb.
You're gonna walk out of here with a Michael Jackson nose if you don't pay attention.
100%. But dude, and then the game was really good. It was other team ended up down by 2 in the bottom of the ninth, which is technically the Canadian road team. And this dude had hit a home run earlier in the game, down by 2 in the bottom of the ninth. Dude hits one fucking 399 feet to center. Dude catches it right before the fucking wall. But me and Sam were hyped. We're like, go. Because the whole game, we're like the only guys there rooting for the Canadians.
That is so sick.
Even if we were doing it ironically. And then they ended up catching it, and we're leaving. And of course, Kelly's like, oh, thank God he caught it. She's like, oh, if he didn't catch it, we would have had to stay here. We would have had to keep being.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because
well, she was mad because she's like, they already stopped selling booze. They stopped selling food. Like, God damn it.
Well, on her social media, she was saying that she loved baseball now and she was into baseball. And it's funny.
Yeah, it's not that she doesn't enjoy the game, but I feel like it's kind of like I'm trying to think of a comparison where she's like, all right, 3 hours of this shit is enough.
Oh, okay. It's like The Irishman.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally. But it was like the game has been good, and they were having a great time, and all this shit. But then it's literally like I think once that guy hit that ball in the air, she realized what the outcome could be.
That's exactly. We might have you watched The Irishman?
No,
I love that movie, but there's a moment where the story's told. Hoffa's dead. Spoiler alert: Jimmy Hoffa dies in the movie. But Hoffa's dead. Everything's kind of wrapped up. And there's still another 25 minutes of the movie. And I love the movie, but there's a moment where these FBI agents come to talk to De Niro, and De Niro's just stuttering in a wheelchair. And he's like supposed to be like 85 years old, which is so funny that they made him look so old, and he's actually just playing like 10 years later in his real age. But and you go, okay, all right. All right, good. Marty, I've seen enough. The story's wrapped up, and he just goes on and on and on and on and on. And you realize, that time is a character in the movie. You're supposed to feel time, like that's part of it, whatever. I get all that. But, enough's enough. That's how I relate.